Are the new Games Workshop hobby supplies worth their salt?
Spiky bits.
What's up, hobby maniacs? Baer with you again today, taking a look at the brand new Games Workshop hobby products. Well, at least two of them. We didn't get the saw because, to be quite honest, Games Workshop had a little bit of a snafu with the SKU number, so a lot of stores just didn't even bring in the saw to begin with. Don't know what's going on with that, but it is what it is. Sometimes that actually happens in retail, where SKU numbers get kind of mixed up. And being a former retailer myself, I definitely know that to be pretty much a frequent occurrence with Games Workshop, to be quite honest, between new stuff and old stuff. When they have a new product and they add a updated version of it, like for instance, we saw it with some of the Imperial Guard tanks back in the day. Well, that appears to have happened. I guess something with the razor saw SKU. The old Citadel knife was updated with that new razor saw number or SKU number. I don't know. Long story short, I don't have it, but it appears to be about the same as this, just with some razor blades at the end. So I guess we can all kind of extrapolate how that works. I've used that particular product from Exacto and it was just fine. So let's take a look at these and see what we can find out. First off, I believe this one is $32. These are $12.50, I want to say, for the tweezers themselves. Also have some comparison products here to give us an idea if they are worth it once we unbox them. So first off, let's take a look at this brand new set of tweezers right here. Now the box itself is a little bit hard to open, I won't lie, but that pardon the helicopters going overhead. We live near a military base because of America. Here's the tweezers themselves right there. They look kind of cool. They're nice and small. They come in this little foam case kind of thing. Wow, they are super small. Holy cow. All right, let's take this off and see how they work. Well, they definitely work. They're steel, which I kind of like. They say Citadel, which is kind of neat. And they got these very, very precise little grabber thingies. I'm okay with that. It seems like they could be stored very easily and very compactly in any space. Now I'm going to grab my tweezers here that I've literally had for at least 10 years. I don't remember what I paid for them, but I can't imagine them to be $12. They definitely work very easy. They're not as compact, that's for sure, and they don't have as much tension, grabby power. I have to grab pretty hard right there. But they've I've had to straighten out the little tips right there as well. They sometimes go a little gaga depending on how crazy I get. So it doesn't look like I would have that issue with these. But I tell you what, for $6 less, or probably $5 less, I'm perfectly okay with the tweezers in my left hand than the Citadel ones right here. But again, that's all personal preference. And let's face it, for a lot of folks, the Games Workshop store doesn't carry these alternative tweezer variants. I think those were actually the old Gale Force 9 ones. But it is what it is. Now, next up is the Citadel Exacto, or Citadel knife, which we're gonna find out is an Exacto blade. This thing is a bear to get out of the package, apparently. It also has a push. Yep, there it is. Also has a push kind of nice little designed foam carrying case, I suppose it is. Now the shaft itself is definitely a high quality of a higher caliber. This isn't an alloy or anything. It appears to be real metal. The end is definitely real metal. It gives it a really nice counterbalance. It's got a full tang, so that this is gonna hold. This is actually very strong material. This is a metal, definitely a metal piece. When I grab this other one right here, this is definitely aluminum. Not gonna hold up as well, obviously, to the stressors, but it does weigh less, which is always nice. So I mean, if I have my choice between anything, I'm a man of steel for sure, all day, every day, right there. And then the shaft definitely is also higher quality metals as well. Now, when it comes to the blades themselves, oh, we have a nice little protector cap. There we go. Boom. Okay, that's cool. Nice little opaque, sort of frosted. We'll go with frosted. And then here's the blades themselves. Pull these bad boys out. Looks like standard number 5 blades. Do not say Exacto on them. That's interesting. The White Dwarf pictures definitely said Exacto, so I'm almost wondering if that was taken off at the last second. But I think we all know the value of an Exacto blade for sure. So it is cool. You got a nice little display thing right there, but it locks right in. Now here is my Army Painter blade of the same caliber, so to speak, not exactly the same composition, but I have had it for quite a while. Right there, it is probably the same size. It does hold the standard number 5 blades. It does have the protective covering. I think this one cost me $7 and not $32. I don't know if the extra $25 for steel parts and the Citadel brand name is worth it. But for some people, again, it might be, because you can pick that up right in their store. You don't have to go to another store. The Citadel material, I mean, I imagine if you call Games Workshop up and you have a problem, they will replace it. I couldn't say the same as for Army Painter. I don't know. I've never had something fail where I needed to call them and get a replacement, but thus far all my interactions with both companies have been very well. So I can't exactly tell you which one I would prefer, but I know we all like to vote with our hobby dollars, and I feel like if that is the case, that sometimes we are just going to buy the lowest thing that works the best when it comes to hobby supplies themselves. So there it is. You decide which one is better, Games Workshop Citadel tools or existing off-the-shelf brands of tools out there.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. Thelongwar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.